balik ko pa rin sa Pilipinas, will there be an impact on the relations between Washington and the Marcos administration? Whether Democrat or Republican ang manalo, anong impact?
Right. I think this is where I don't want to use the word praise, but I think this is where we have to give credit where credit is due to President Marcos Jr., who I think has a very effective, let's just call it balanced multi-vector strategy, which will appeal to any party, whether Trump, whether Biden, whether DeSantis, whether Kamala Harris. I think anyone can work with Marcos Jr. because Marcos Jr. has presented himself as a statesman who can work with any American administration because his fundamental concern is to have a strong alliance that benefits the Philippines. It's very different from the previous Filipino presidents, right? Some of them were much closer to the U.S. and Democrats in particular, right? Rather than Republicans. And while, on the other hand, President Duterte was a sui generis, but very close to China, very comfortable with Trump, never met Biden in person, and cost at Obama, right? But Marcos is not necessarily just good with Democrats. I think he can work with Republicans and Democrats, and he's not a liberal himself. He's a kind of pragmatist, centrist kind of candidate. So I think that's the good thing is because of the balanced relations foreign policy strategy of President Marcos Jr., we will be in a good position to have robust relations with any president. But that's just our side of the equation. Ang thing ko is, even if we have the best relations with the US, pero dysfunctional yung US, unpredictable yung presidente nila, wala rin saysay yan. So mahalaga din para sa atin na makita natin isang malakas na Amerika na coherent ang direction, maganda yung foreign policy in ways that they can become a reliable ally to us. Because my fear is, if US is divided and dysfunctional, that will encourage China. That will encourage Russia. We know, for instance, that Trump is very comfortable with Putin. We know, for instance, that many Republicans are pushing for reduction of aid to Ukraine if they take over. That's why we're watching what's happening. And if Ukraine doesn't get support, Taiwan is going to be scared. If Taiwan is going to get scared, it's going to affect China. Well, guess what? We're next to Taiwan. Do you get what I'm saying? Lahat yan connected yan eh. So while I agree that in terms of personal rapport, I think Marcos Jr. can work with either Trump, DeSantis, Biden, whoever. The fact of the matter is that it mahalaga din anong klaseng presidentang meron sa Amerika at anong klaseng internal politics na meron sila. Because malaking impact ito pagdating sa American networks of alliances and posturing dito sa part of our world.
But the presidential election is still 2 years away. In the meantime, in the next 2 years, may linaw ba kung ano yung ano yung epekto sa atin kung Republican or Democrat controlled yung Congress tsaka yung Senate?
My sense is, of course, if Democrats keep on doing well, meaning they'll win again in 2024 and somehow hold on to Senate, etc., I won't be surprised that down the road, maybe America will be much more focused. Remember, one thing that makes Biden different is meron siyang democracy summit. Meron siyang democracy promotion agenda. My sense is if Biden wins another 4 years and Democrats do decently in the Congress and all, and I don't think Republicans will be entirely against promotion of democracy, although Trump is more comfortable with it. May epekto yan sa Pilipinas eh, di ba? Kasi ngayon, magandang relationship with the Philippines, but if there are concerns with human rights, yung nangyari kay Percy, if, extrajudicial killings, at some point, even if Biden doesn't talk or Kamala Harris doesn't talk, the U.S. Congress will talk or U.S. senators will talk. So that will still affect our bilateral relationship. And so the good governance agenda will be much more powerful in U.S. foreign policy. But I think if someone like Trump wins, it's going to be more transactional. Ano makuha ko sa Pilipinas, ano maibigay ko sa'yo, ano epekto ito sa aking laban with China or relations with Russia. So it's going to be very different. So my sense is a Democratic president will be much more ideological, much more concerned with democracy promotion. So that could create some complication 2-3 years down the road. And of course, what's going to happen in 2024 is already decided now. Biden is going to run. I doubt Biden will not run after this. He has done better than any Democrat since JFK, right? So I think he's going to run, even if medyo my concerns, And Trump, well, Trump being Trump, he will take whatever credit he can take. He'll still run, right?